Hi, hello everyone. My name is Mauricio Soto. Welcome team to this presentation of Managed Engine Service Desk. We are very happy and excited to be here. In this presentation, we have a special guest that is the engineer Luis Monroy. I'm just expecting to be here soon. I hope he can connect. He's from Managed Engine, who will present the service desk solution together as a team. I wish you could give me a moment to introduce you who we are. Advice Group LATAM is an organization that provides associate services to optimize business process, information technology process, or security process. We have presence in several Latin America countries, and will be a great pleasure to us to support you with our portfolio solutions. Okay, this presentation is planned to be executed in two sections. First, I will review why service desk and either architecture. We are going to present this Service Desk Plus. This is a fresh new presentation. Today is the first time I'm going to deliver this presentation. I hope to cover all the concepts. Okay. Listen, and the experience that we have with different organizations through the Latin America, we have found the great challenge the organization assumes to date about service delivery. As many know in IT, being able to maintain a high level of operational efficiency and using the best practices in the industry make it easier for organizations to be current and competitive. With our service desk platform, we support our clients so that their organization become more agile, more competitive, and more efficient, with service desk indicators that allow the decision making to be correct to ensure positive results for the organization. The solution that we're going to present today is Service Desk Plus, and this software belongs to Managed Engine division. First, I want to introduce you who is Managed Engine. Managed Engine is an organization that has more than 18 years of being worldwide. For your records, Managed Engine has more than 45 software solutions associated with information technology and management, with Service Desk being at the best selling and best value product to our customers. I want to give you the visibility that the Service Desk solution in Advice Group has been supporting the solution for more than 7 years with great satisfaction from customers. As a comment, the first sale of service desk that we made years ago, the client still continue with Managed Engine with us. This is not lucky. In contrast, is the constant growth that the service desk solution had in terms of functionality and the commitment to excellence that we have every member of the team of Advice Group. Today, Managed Engine has a presence in more than 190 countries with solutions at any level and super scalable solutions. Now, we are going to explore the common challenges that face IT service management teams. I think a lot of we can see on the slide is the headaches that every organization today must overcome, such as the automation of process, including artificial intelligence in the organizations, reviewing the customer experience in our service organizations, and maintaining an efficient administration of services. Due to the geographical dispersion of your offices, like large organizations like yours will be able to review compliance and regulatory policies to continue operating. These are some challenges. Surely, you will have many more problems that needs a platform that organizes and prioritizes each of these requirements. Our solution can support all of these challenges because it is 100% aligned to ITIL. Okay? The result, not having a service desk, is lacking controls. Lacking controls are the results of their service experience being inferior, both for internal users and the service agents. and the entire management team. Now the difference for having a service-based organization is that the IT organization evolves to be more strategic than operational entity. Now IT will be able to speak and understand the requirements at the business service levels, what the market wants, and not just infrastructure. This is very important since IT has traditionally been seen as a cost center and not an ally for the business to evolve. You know how today COVID-19, that is, every one of us are experiencing with COVID-19, has forced all companies to evolve in digital transformation. Our service desk solution is a fundamental piece and cornerstone of any digital transformation initiative for your company. At the service administration levels in the portfolio, we have the following options. The first one is ServiceDesk Plus. We have been reviewed with the Spanish-speaking group in the past weeks, and it is the ideal solution to implement regionally. The second one is the ServiceDesk MSP solution, which is a solution for companies whose business is to provide service desk to various customers. The focus of this solution is that the company is 100% dedicated to provide service desk. We have many customers in that area also. The next solution we have is Asset Explorer. This tool provides support in the management of assets that an organization has. This solution is bundled with ServiceDesk Plus, the first one. This module is essential component for an implementation of assets and user relationship when using a CMDB process according to ITIL. And the last option listed in this slide is Support Center, a focused technical support solution for companies that sells majority hardware like printers, computers, scanners, and so on, and are interested in supporting end customers. In this solution, all the clients, please take care of this, all the clients are external users of the organization. The most complete option for you is the first one, the service desk, that because the users on this platform could be internal or external customers. Okay. Okay. Now I want to share with you some essential points about Service Desk. First one is a solution that has been on the market since 2005 and is used by more than 100,000 organizations worldwide, which is ready to be used in more than 20 languages. It is crucial for our area. Our solution can operate on-premise or in the managed engine cloud data center. Using the cloud, we're using 100% of the managed engine internal cloud resources to ensure the highest level of security desired. For customers interested in the cloud version, they are very concerned about the security. If this is a topic or an issue for you, I can gladly share a set of documents where we have all the ICO security certification and comply with security to operate optimally for your peace of mind. It is essential to emphasize that the data belongs always 100% to the customer, and managing has no way to review it or view such data because the data is always property of the customer. This asseveration is for those customers that are interested in the cloud version. Okay. For deployment options, we have all the form of deployment that a company or your company may need today. We can use the traditional implementation of on-premise installation. We can use the managed engine cloud, or we can use the external clouds repositories like Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure Services. For us, or for our solution, we are totally agnostic to the infrastructure of your selection. Okay. Now we're going to discuss why Service Desk. Uh, uh, with our Service Desk platform, you will have the best practice of process management, workflow, all these align 100% to IT methodology. With a high level of customization for Service Desk, there is no programming to worry. Okay, this is very, very essential and very important to understand. We can have sites, divisions, departments, working hours by regions, technicians, by areas or divisions, to mention some examples. The interface provided is very flexible and clean. And we use any internet browser, which allows us to access the application from anywhere. As well, we have an app that is available for you for Android and Apple platforms. And this app is for unlimited use. This is very important. We can use this app for unlimited use. All the customers that are associated to request ticket, we can use this app. As well, the app has the functionality for service agents too. So they can take tickets from the app without any inconveniences. This provides excellent agility for all of us who may use the platform. Okay, now we're going to explore six ways how Service Desk can provide a comprehensive service. Okay, the first one. First of all the requests for services are centralized. This is very essential, very crucial. All customers will be able to access a single portal to request the different services that we have available as an organization. The department may categorize each of these services if you wish to implement Service Desk by department, and each department set a single catalog of services for all the customers. Everything is customizable. The second benefit is we have in Service Desk is already has all the artificial intelligence functionality enabled by default. This artificial intelligence is called SIA that you may see on the slide. It is easy for all the Service Desk agents and customers to facilitate the automation to follow up of a ticket. For example, when a customer enters a service request or a ticket in a service portal, our platform will detect the word used in the ticket creation or the service creation, and the artificial intelligence robot will automatically suggest an article to consume to resolve the request. The mission of this artificial intelligence robot is to facilitate the service on demand to the customer. Okay, this provides an advantage that the customer can resolve his request instantly in real time. The third benefit is being able to diagram the flows visually very quickly. It is more than demonstrated operations it's more than demonstrated that organization will be flexible in every aspect of operation and according to the market. That flexibility and agility can be achieved using our platform in Service Desk. The fourth benefit is being able to have customizations in the requirements area or any area of the process. For example, when entering a request, various validations can be executed at the same time. Many of these validations are called business rules for assigning tickets to service groups by specialty or for workload, etc. The fifth benefit, as you will know, managing we have more than 45 solutions to ensure the complete IT service cycle. Being Service Desk the brain, the center, the one that orchestrates services, it is essential that our platform be open to various disciplines or integration tools. That open functionality is a core functionality that is included for any service desk implementation. The sixth point, we take care of the privacy of value information from users. We can encrypt relevant data information fields such credit cards, bank accounts, if necessary, in the platform. So this data is always in privacy mode. Now, we're going to explore which capabilities are included with ServiceDesk. The first one, the platform includes the enterprise service management. Also includes all the IT processes that you may know, like incident management, change management, asset management, the CNDB, the purchase and contract management, project management, and so on. All of these IT processes are included in ServiceDesk. Okay. In the professional edition, it's included the functionality of contracts. If you want to handle contract management with HP, with Dell, and all the assets associated or purchased from them, you can use it the contract management option module in the professional edition. Okay. That is the both the variables. First, the edition. Second one, the number of technicians. Now, the number of requesters. I mean, the people that will send tickets to the platform, that could be unlimited. Okay. Also, the database, the product comes with Postgres database. This is a relational database with limited use in users and space. Also, we have some customers that prefer MS SQL. It is welcome to use MS SQL if you prefer MS SQL from Microsoft. If you're a Windows user, I'm pretty sure that you have MS SQL. And for the internet browser, we use the majority more popular internet browsers available today. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Now, we're going to enter into review each ITIL process that we have with ServiceDesk. Okay. The first one is the incident management. This is the core of every process included. With incident management being the base of the process of all operations, we can have automation to categorize the different incidents. Okay, we can analyze the root cause of every incident, all the communication between the client or customer and the technical analyst is recorded in the incident, allowing traceability of action and time associated with the incident. This came with a follow. Finally, the incident is going to be resolved, and we can consume articles from the knowledge database or generate a new solution. At the end of the follow-up and the closure of the ticket, we can send a customer survey to explore the user experience. The best practice implement a service desk functionality can denote the following. First, the execution of business rules that automate the allocation of the ticket to the corresponding working team. We can implement various incident templates such as response templates to ensure quality in the technical analysis communication to the end customers. And also we can, as you may see in the slide, we can shift from different tiers of escalations from tickets. Okay, and we can use the SIA. The SIA is our robot for artificial intelligence that is included with the tool. Our platform supports minimize the resolution times. As I may say a couple seconds ago, pues our platform allows the collaboration of multiple technicians for a resolution of an incident. This is very important. You can review on the scale times when breaking a specific SLA, the use as a service will allow us to know the user experience when the customer are using our services. That is very, very important to know. We're going to explore the second process is the service request management. For the service support, our platform can support the list of the different services that we provide as organization. This is very important because this is differential. This is a differential between incident and services. Incident is something specific. An incident is assume a different task or that must be executed to deliver that service, and the service must be attained with a specific SLA if you want to deliver with the specific times. Okay. Each service we can use the service templates. We have several service templates that facilitate the parameterization of each service that the organization can deliver. The idea of using services is that in the template, we can associate the different tasks and technicians needed to execute different tasks to ensure the quality of service in the service delivery. There are a wide range of benefits when using a service module. Among the benefits, we can mention the following. First one is the predictability and the cost control associated with the time and resolution time. Now we have the traceability of all operations involved in the service. Okay. Now I want to share the microphone with Engineer Luis Monroy. We will lead the second part of this presentation. I want to make the pause.
Perfect. So going forward, what Mauricio was telling about all the incident management, all the ticket, all the request management. Also, we can manage all the information because it's very important that we have a library where we can be able to attend what we're doing or what have been done in the past and make that consulting. So, for example, we can create new knowledge-based articles and we can define it by different topics. We can assume it for approval. So if it's needed, that depends on your organization process. And we can publish it to the self-service portal. For example, it's very common that we could be having a lot of tickets regarding the email configuration, right? So we can see like it's very time consuming, that kind of ticket, so we can delegate that responsibility to the end user. So the end user have their phones, then the end users know the email address and they know their passwords. The only thing they will need to complete the configuration in their iPhone or their smart tablets, etc., it's how to do it. So we can publish that information the step by step, so they can be able to make some self-attending, right? So they can be doing that actions without creating a ticket, right? Also, we can edit with no problem all the information, all the solutions we can have. We can define a solution owner. We can have the history. For example, if someone related to networking, that's the person who would be responsible of that solution. We can define like an expiration if it's needed. We can define some kind of tags where, for like in YouTube, you can find some video on YouTube. If you put some keywords, that's the same thing in ServiceDesk. For example, email configuration iPhone, for example. So at the moment they try to, I need to configure my email in my iPhone. So ServiceDesk Plus will look forward for those specific tags and they will show them to their style like the self attending for each user and the users. We can define, for example, groups. We can define the different kinds of options, so this solution will be able to show and will be organized. Also, when we have some problem management, we have two options to resolve them. One, we can do the famous workaround, and we have the root cause analysis solution. Either of both, we can, at the moment we close or we get a solution, we resolve a problem, those both solution will go added automatically for best practices process. We go to the knowledge base list. That means that we could be able to preserve and have the history of what we have done if we face the same issue in the future. Also, all the information we have in that solution, for example, we have a problem with SAP or I don't know, with Office, crash, etc. So at the moment, a new user is typing in the topic field that I have problems with SAP or Office. So if that sentence have some those keywords or those tags related in the solution tags, automatically ServiceDesk Plus will deploy a list below of that field so they can see that we have already a solution related with those tasks he has been asking. So at the moment he's typing, the list of the options will be listed, and he can be do a click, and we show a small pop-up where it says this is the solution regarding to what you have typed. For example, I don't have internet in the second floor, so there is a solution, and the solution will say, the pop-up will say, you have to reconnect to the floor number 1 network, just for example. So user will try that and he will be connected. So Service Desk Plus, you say, do you want to proceed or you want to cancel the process of creating the new ticket? So the user will be closing the ticket, and the solution will be the problem will be solved, for a manner of speaking, right? So we can help the users to be self attend, and also help to the help desk team or the help desk staff, so stop receiving so many tickets from we can say easy resolve issues or solution or sorry, request that can be solved by the user itself. So also in every module we have the option to make some reporting, so you can handle your KPIs, so there's no problem. Okay, then we go to problem management. I don't know if you have some doubt regarding about the solution module.
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Well, I have made a little introduction about the problem management, but we can handle all the problems, all the problems, all the change, all the incident, everything. Then into ServiceDesk Plus have the same interface, so it must be is very user friendly. It's very easy to use, so you cannot be able. It's not like a big visual change between modules. So if you will see it is a different. It's a very easy and the same information we can handle. So how it works, we can raise a new problem, we can link related incidents to the problem, we can set the root all the root analysis costs, and then we can define if we have a permanent or our current solution. We can add different ticket or incidents related to the problem. So, for example, you have, I don't know, 100 tickets, incident tickets related to that specific problem. For example, you don't have internet or a printer isn't working. So you have 100 tickets, and the problem was solved. So who's going to be the lucky one? They have to close all the 100 tickets. It's going to be a very messed process. It's very slow. So you have the option with ServiceDesk Plus to set a configuration that it says, do you want to close all the tickets, all the incidents related to this problem? You can say yes, and automatically you will be closed. So that helps you to optimize your time for be closing or ending the incident management management time or process, right? So we can link to a change also or a project if you have those modules included in your service desk. So it's very easy. You can handle timing. You can handle all the persons, all the define one owner of the problem. Basically, the problem management can help you to keep tracking all of the problems you have in your organization. Also, you can handle your KPIs, for example, the impacts from a problem that is related, how many requests or incidents are linked to one problem. You can see the impact of that problem. Also, we can make all the you already have the RCA process, that is the root cause analysis. So this helps you to identify all the problems, all the tickets, inclusive if you have the asset module, you can be able to see which assets are related uh, to some problems. For example, my web server number one that is located in the headquarters is related to all the problems we have in the past first quarter, So you can be able to say, you can make a request for changing that asset, and you have all the documentation related to the problem. So for example, if you have very high impacts and a lot of services down, a lot of users without being productive because that web server isn't working properly. So you can see we have already in the first quarter, I don't know, 500 tickets and four problems. So you can be able to support your decision or your needs related all the problems you have with that asset or because of that asset. So you can be able to track all the information. You can link assets, you can link person, you can link request, insert your services, your business services, or your IT services. You can also have your problem templates, and that will help you to keep tracking and give the to assign it to the proper person if he needs. And at the end, we can identify the problem owner, or we can set the identified problem so he can be able to manage or be the leader of that process of problem resolution. Then we have a lot of action. Yeah, I have already mentioned it. So we can manage all of our problems or sorry, all our problems as we have already defined it in our processes or in the organization. So there is a very easy way to handle all the problem management inside ServiceDesk Plus. So anything related with problem management, I think it's a very easy model we can you manage. Or change management, you can as you said, you can initiate it from a problem, you can initiate from an incident or probably a request, that depends. So this we have different stages. You can define all of them. For example, all the transitions, all the like the submission, the CAF, the change advisory report, whose will be uh, make the approvals, and define different roles like the change owner, the change manager, etc., and who will be the owner. So, for example, I want to show you very quickly how is shown the change management. So all the process is very simple. You can have all the details, you have all the planning. For example, the impact, the implementation plan, your rollback, all your list of your checklist you have to set or configure, all the inactivity time, we call it like the downtime window. So you can be adding all the information over here. You have the approval, that is the CAP. For example, you can have different members of different CAPs, so there's no problem. You have the implementation, and then you will have your approval stages. So every time you have to change from each stage, you have to approve it. For example, so we have the information, we have the planning. You can set all the step by step, so all the implicated persons know how it's going to be proceeded. You have the approvals. You can add one, so you can have all the information. And if you see here, you can see the completed or canceled. That depends, and set to you can be able to change from another stage, from the submission to the closed one. So at the end, you will see all the review, all the implementation. You have your task, you have marked here. You have the dependency. So for example, you cannot close the task number 7, this one of the third task, because you have already opened the 8th and the 9th task. So you will have that helps to ensure you have implemented the right processes, right? So as you see, we can have different configurations. We have all the information related or aligned to the IT processes or practices we have right now. So you can make them implementation. At the end, we can also have notifications, so to see the change has been completed. You can make an organizational announcement. That depends how the scope of announcement you want to create. So As you see, we have the change types, change roles. We have the possibility to create and define change workflows, visual change of the life cycle with multi-stages, as you see, and log and manage and prioritize all the proposal, all the actions you will handle into a change management in ServiceDesk Plus. So I haven't told you, we can arrange all the information regarding to the CMDB if you have already. So you can have all your CAF, all your CMDB. I was trying to show you here in the change. E is the planning. So in the submission, if you see there is asset involved here. This is the name of the asset. So I can do click here in the relationship icon, and you will see that I have all the relationship regarding to that. So you see in the middle or in the center of this, we have my server. So if I do click here in the number 3, it says that I have is involved in 1 request and 2 changes, right? So I can be able to see perfectly how this is going to be, how this asset is involved in which processes or which modules, and we can have the information regarding all of the installation, the software, all the history and contracts. For example, we can see the contract if for example, we bought it to HP. We can see the no contract is with HP, but I bought it to another reseller, for example. So I can be calling, hey, the server you sell me is not working fine. I have some troubles and I need the warranty or the change. So we can have all the information very easily access to them. So we can be able to see and make some risk management. For example, if I see that asset is related to some very critical services, business services or IT services, I cannot be able to reboot it. I'm not gonna be able to turn it off because it's related to some services. For example, I can be able to see and for example, I can see that is related to communication, is related also with application registering. So I can say, you cannot do any changes until we have an authorization to do it, because it's related to a lot of configuration items, and we can be able to make some negative impacts to the business because it's related to them. So we have to stop the change, we have to stop the rebooting because probably we could stop the operations. Okay, so inside the change management, we can do a lot of things regarding the documentation. We can do things regarding all the information, all the details, who will be involved, in which role will they have into the change management. We can have like a small calendar over here in the left panel, so we can be able to see if there any activity in on those days, right? So you can be able to change in all the model. We can order filters, my changes, unassigned changes, and so on. So there is no problems over. We can change the calendar view if we need it, or we can also define it with a specific technician. If you see here, we have anonymous 14. That's why, because we have already said that the PII, this is the personal information, we have encrypted, we have protected for GDPR alignment. So we align it to GDPR. So
compliance.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you very much. Yeah, we have the compliance with GDPR precisely for that. So we have anonymous. So we don't know who has the change owner because we have already protected the personal information from that person. So we can be able to handle the management of different ways. Also, we can associate to the project management into ServiceDesk Plus. We can relate it. We can associate problems, and we can associate also changes to project, because sometimes there will be some requirements from change to project or vice versa. Okay. So we can we can handle all where we are presented here in the presentation. They have already shown you. We can integrate with incident, problems, assets, CMDB, etc. So we can able to handle properly the risk management. Okay. Right now we have the project management. This project management is very simple. All the processes into ServiceDesk Plus are very alike because it's the same process from the creation and the closing of the same. Okay. Now we can have the milestones. We can manage resources, tracking, using Gantt charts, file worklogs, etc. So I'm going to show you the presentation and how we can see it into ServiceDesk Plus. We can have project templates, we can track and create or give the tracking of the milestone, our tasks, define some roles, projects, and members. That's a there's a very important information. For example, if you need the half of the organization, if you have, I don't know, 2,000 people organization, and you need the half of the must be in a project role, for example, that will not be, there's no license cost, is there's no problem. Okay, as a technician that you have to pay the license for each technician. Okay, when you have a different project load, that not cost no license. No, there's no problem. That goes for us. So you can check all the information, all the status, manage all the resources to see all the chart that who is available. If someone has, for example, is over, how can I say, is has over tasked, he's a lot of tasks for him, so you can be able to send the task for other people that is not so completely full in their activities. For example, we can go to projects, and for example, I can see this RP project. So, for example, we can see the detail that is very alike from the project for the change, for the problem and request. We have the information, the project type, when will we start it and end it, when it's projected, hours, cost, and everything. So here we have all our milestones. Okay, we have a lot of milestones, and we can see the task how is done. For example, I'm going to hit to the task, and you can see which one are violated. For example, like an SLA, and the percentage of the completion of each task. You can see also the parent task ID, so you can be able to see here. I cannot be closing this one because I have a dependency. Now, how can I see my time sheet? I have my timesheet. The timesheet is related to all the work logs we are registering into the project. So we can be able to see the summatory of each of one of those work logs. So we can be able to track the actual timing. Also, the members, as I say, these all persons are end users. So for example, I want a new member. I can only select one of them. If not, I can check, for example, for anyone. I select them. I define which role they will be using and add. So I can see the information regarding all the person. I can see, for example, how many people per page I can be seeing. Okay. Also, I have the Gantt view. So you can see all the dependency, all the tasks, and depending what I'm showing is going to be the information or all the nomenclature. We can define, for example, by task. You can see the task. You can see also the milestones, right? It will be changing. For example, if I change it to, I don't know, completed task, it will change. So that depends. For example, the range of timing you will see it for example, this year, 3 months, 6 months, or previous. You can define from where to where that specific timing. Also, you can define, for example, for priority. And will show, and you see the information below is changed, so we can see and to understand the colors, right? So also, I can see the information of this task, and if I do click here, I can see the information. Okay, all the comments, all the workloads, all the history, you can have it here with any problems. Okay, so that depends what do you want to see. Okay, we have all the all the status regarding the milestone or regarding members. You see, and you can see all the dependencies. Perfect. Okay, so we have also the resource management, and we can see if what I was talking about, if it's overutilized or underutilized. For example, I'm going to move. Oh, it's in hours. I can change it, for example, weeks. So you can see in the upper corner here, you can be able to see that mostly of them are very with a lot of timing available. So we can move our task to different technicians or timing into this interactive calendar. And I just want to show you when someone is over. Here, can you see this is in red, overutilized? So we can move. So we can see we can change to another technician if that technician is full. Okay, so that's the way ServiceDesk Plus helps us to manage our resources or technicians or all the people involved into the project. We have all the comments, and we can use, for example, the add, and we can see all the persons that are involved in this project. So you can see, make some information. We can reply it, we can edit it, or delete that information. All the associations that was associated requests or associated changes. We can add more. There's no problem. At the end, we have the history. All the history is all this information that is happening into the project, into the change, into the problem. There's no problem. It is very reliable, this information, because we cannot be able to delete it. It's more alike for an auditing processes you have. So what is happening, and all the information is here. Even the local administrator will be able to delete that information. So you can be relaxed, you can be calm if something is not happening, and you can see that what is happening for real into the history tab. Okay, so you can be able to import projects into ServiceDesk Plus from a Microsoft project. So it's very important to look forward some specific information you have to consider. For example, in Microsoft project, we have the subject, that's the name of the project. So we have to change to description in the header of that field, because SDP probably will not understand what is the subject field allocated. So if you want to make some very effective importing to import effectively all your projects, you have to see the how is ServiceDesk Plus is reading the information that you are importing. Okay, so you have to only check on that, because there are some difference. Okay, so it's very easy to handle. It's very easily to check, and also we have all the KPIs project to reporting you can make from ServiceDesk Plus. Even you can do your custom reports, right? So you can be able to see the progress of your project. Okay, you can also make your filters. You want to see open projects, completed, all the projects, etc. Okay, then we're going to the asset management. I like to not only see the presentation, I like to see how ServiceDesk Plus looks, how it works, to see that it's really simple to use, because sometimes they say nothing happens wrong with in a PPT, in a presentation, in a PowerPoint, everything works fine. So I want to show you that it's not only in PowerPoint. So we have different actions we can have into the asset management. We have the asset management from the purchase order and from the purchase request, and then the purchase order. We can build a whole fully active inventory list. We can map to users. We can assign them to users using software classification. We can add some licensing management also. And then we can have control. We can have different actions depending if we have, for example, desktop central integration, because that's a very important thing to do. ServiceDesk Plus can integrate with a lot of some same solutions, so we can ensure and optimize all the processes. For example, here in the asset management, we can see, for example, in the left, we have, for example, the the IT assets. We can set it by different categories, for example, printers, routers, switches, laptops, desktop, etc. So, for example, I'm going to go here to servers, and I have different servers here. I can add different configuration items. Also, I want to show you, for example, this is very important. For example, racks. We can add racks, so we can have a more reliable and full information CMDB. So we can have a lot of information here for our laptops, our desktops, and this will be a licensed. They will be take a license. For example, if you have 100 laptops and you have 100 licensed purchase, there will be no problem. And then you say, I need to handle the life cycle from my I don't know, my IP phones, for example. So I can register my IP phones here, or a projector, for example, and I can register it. And all these projectors, I can handle the life cycle because the non-IT assets will not consume any licenses. Okay, if you have 50 projectors and you have only 100 assets licensed, and you have already assigned those 1,100 licenses in your laptops, desktops, or whatever, you can also add the scanners, switch ports, or you can register a new one and define it as a non-IT. Okay, so you can be able to handle all your infrastructure, all your components, and give that proper tracking. You have the asset components like keyboards, mouse, etc. So because many companies, all the components represent a huge amount of money, because they're at the beginning they consider that as a non-important thing. It's only a small USB mouse. It's a small keyboard. It's not very worth. There's no problem. But if you add all the lost or broken keyboards, you can be able to see that is a lot of money that goes endlessly. Okay, so you can be able to add it here. You can also have your scanned software in all your organization. You can see all the lists. For example, all this information I'm showing is regarding all the servers, all the laptops that I have already scanned in ServiceDesk Plus. Then I have a small summary, all information, how many managed software I have, how many prohibit, for example, where is that prohibit software, so I can be able to see that is Internet Explorer 11. So I can see it's installed in 15 computers, so I can be able to do a click and I can see where is it. Okay. Every time ServiceDesk Plus scan and detect a prohibited software, sends an email to the administrator, so the administrator decides what it's going to do about it. Also, we have the software licenses, and we can define, for example, this. I can register a new license, for example, this Windows Server 2019, and we can see with the contracts and everything related to it. So we can see the expired. If we cannot assign more asset to that license because it's already full. Okay, also the service packs and the license agreements. Okay, so we can be able to see here all the license agreement. We also have the feature to the asset loaning. For example, I have all the loaned assets, who have it, and how many days are expired or will be expired. Which one are my loanable assets? So I can be able, for example, in which scenario I can have this feature. For example, for a person, his laptop has broken and you need to change for warranty, I don't know, but that person needs to keep working. So you can be able to see, okay, in the meantime, your computer is fixed or replaced. I will give you this laptop, and I'm going to give it to you. So I can be able to assign it to that person. In the meantime, his computer is going to be replaced. I can see which one are the loaned access. I can see all the information about it. I can create barcodes. I can create some barcodes. So you can be able to check all the asset information. So you can able to print it and you can add it or stick it to your assets, and with any smartphone, and you can add it the ServiceDesk Plus app in your cell phone or a tablet, whatever, you can scan with that device. You can scan the QR or the barcode, so you can be able to check all the inventory in your organization in a very easy way, in a personalized way. Then you can able to change to manage groups. For example, find dynamic and static groups. For example, how it works, I can define a dynamic group that the condition are all the assets that have no say, a 64 architecture. So I don't have the need to do it manually. So Service Plus will say, oh, this is a new one, has 64 architecture. So come here, I will send you to this particular group. Okay. So for example, here in assets, I can see my groups over here. So for example, in my servers, I have defined that the CI type is servers. So I have all my servers here. I don't need to do anything because Service Desk Plus checks all the conditions. Okay, so that's how it works. We have different kinds of discovering. We can do it with Active Directory. We can do it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you here with scanning some networks. For example, discovery. We can see it. The important thing is we have a valid credentials, so we can add a new credential, and we can see that it's Windows, will Telnet, VMware, remote control, different CNAP, and from Microsoft, right? We only have to check or enter all the proper credentials. So can be able to see, for example, domain scan. We can only set the domains and define how many times will be scanned. We can also have the network scanning. For example, this one, we have a network range from which address to which address. We can define if we use the agent or not. Okay. So also, we can do it. We need the agent for a better performance. It's not consume a lot of bandwidth. It doesn't consume a lot of. It's probably is likely like a minimal resource consuming. So how it works, when the computer turns on or is rebooted, it creates a small XML file and with all the information. So if the computer says, I can see the Service Desk Plus server, I can see it, I send you the XML file so you can see the information in the user interface. If the computer is out of the network or the company network, the XML file keeps stop until he sees again the Service Desk Plus server, and then we will send the latest or the newest XML file. So all the information will be updated in Service Desk Plus. So you can have the different options to like distribute it as a scan. So you can be able to scan even for import XML file from Linux or Mac. Okay. You can have some remote control tools if you want to integrate it. But the great thing about having our products is you can have also, for example, I have connected to Desktop Central, that is our asset management software. So I can see how many assets are missing from very important patches. So we can see which one are have the vulnerabilities or big vulnerabilities. So I can be able to send patches, or also software deployment, patch management. I can do different things. For example, I can do system manager. If you can see, I'm already in Service Desk Plus. I haven't changed to another platform. And for example, here in this Windows here, I can see that manage. If, for example, I need to run a small command in command prompt, but the user is not responding. The user is always busy, and you can do this. You can run the command directly. So, for example, hostname, and you can see is fully functional. I can do a ping in his work, and the user is never know that we are inside his computer. We can change or modify or manage their registry, file management, task manager. There are different things we can do inside the user with the integration with Desktop Center. We have the remote control, we can LAN, very different. We can do announcements. so we can send it to the service, to the desktop central agent. So there are many things we can do with this integration. For example, you say, well, I was hearing that you have Active Directory, right? So if you have integrated with AD Manager, you can create users in AD Manager, block or unblock. So it's very easy. The only thing, you have to define the domain, the name of the person. At the moment, for example, hi test automatically sets the logon name format. For example, you see test hello, and everything comes automatically. So I define a department, I can define a job title, and for example, a password. Mauricio, sorry, you have the microphone right now. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you, Luis. It was an excellent presentation, a lot of questions. We're very happy for the opportunity to be with you, company, today. For right now, please let us know the next steps for ServiceDesk project. Okay. Thank you very much to everyone. Thanks again, Luis and Victor Castillo, for the support for the delivery of this presentation. For me, it's a great pleasure to be here. Please take care, everyone. Stay safe. Okay. So
Thanks a lot.